Oh, my son, you should be ready to lay good foundation. Earlier the better. In the nearest future, you will be one of the leaders. So we pray. Amen. Oh, my daughter, you will be ready to lay good foundation. Earlier the better. In the nearest future, you will be one of the leaders. So we pray. Amen.
All right, welcome viewers, welcome listeners, welcome to this week's edition of our weekly business digest, where we share essential business tips for entrepreneurs, startups, and small business owners. Yes, I want to welcome you again to this week's edition of Business Talk with Fon Felix. This is our way of contributing to the growth of businesses within the community. I want to thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for joining us again in this week's podcast. Please, like we always say, please, if you're following us on the YouTube channel, please ensure that you click to subscribe to the channel so that you can always get notification of our podcast and other notifications for business bulletin. Please, if you're following us on Facebook, please be aware that for some time we may not continue to be streaming live on Facebook. And our streaming now we most importantly be on Instagram, YouTube, and other handles because of the Facebook restrictions on stream videos that won't last more than 3 months. So please, of course, these videos, this streaming is still live on Facebook, which shall be also be streaming on Facebook, but will not only be streaming on Facebook. Please try to follow us on our YouTube and Instagram handles. So like, comment, subscribe to our handles so that you can always get notifications of our weekly business bulletin. Okay, like we have said that Business Talk with Fon Felix is our weekly business digest bulletin where we share essential business tips for startup entrepreneurs and small business owners, where we share essential ideas to help you grow your business, look at the challenges that you have, and see how to also help and assist you. All right, last week in our business discussion, we discussed about how and when to secure capitals for your business. You understand that as business people, one of the bedrock of business success is getting essential capitals that you need for your business. So no matter the business idea you have, if you don't have the prerequisite or required capital to run that business, you find out that you will not excel or you will not succeed in that business. Because what is business actually without capital? So what is business without capital? Business is all about capital. It's capital you need to do business. So last week, in the last edition, we tried to deal extensively with the rules, the laws, what is needed, what are the information, what are the knowledge that you need to have in securing capital, and when best is it for you to secure a capital, that you don't just wake up one morning and say, for the fact I want to venture into any business, I need a capital. So you must know when it is right time for you to get capital for your business. So that is what we discussed last week. Like today, we continue on the discussion. Today, we shall look at when is the right time. When is the right time for you to hire employees? When is the right time for you to hire extra hands? When is the right time for you to hire staff? When is the right time for you to recruit people to work for you? When is the right time for you to begin to have staff? When is the right time for you to begin to have workers or employees who will be working for you? So that it will be the discussion for today. So we have advised in the course of this bulletin that do not rush to hire staff. Do not just rush to hire staff. We have a lot of people who want to or who are just new into the business for the fact that they out of desperation, they just want to be addressed as how would I put it? They want to be addressed as people who hires labor. They want to be addressed as people who enter the labor market, who are employers of labor. Yes, as the case may be. want to be addressed as people who are employers of labor. They just open up a store, open up a small business, and the next thing they've hired workers. And of course, you and I know that in the next few months, in the next few weeks, we begin to hear that those businesses have also gone into extinction because why? It was not well managed. So you must know when to hire a staff. You must know when to hire employee. Particularly, we are talking about small business owners, entrepreneurs, and thereabouts. So we are not talking about the large scale business owners, big companies and corporations, PLC, and all of that. We are talking about small business owners, entrepreneurs, and what have you. So you must know when is the right time for you to hire an employee. When is the right time for you to hire a staff? So you have to understand. You also need to know when is the right time. What are the things that is needed for you to have? So don't just open up a business. I've said that if you need to manage your business, then you should not be in the hurry to open up a business. Every business you want to open, please ensure you manage that business very well. Ensure you understand the nitty-gritty of the business. Ensure you understand the running, the background running of the business. Understand the business of the business before you begin to hand it over to someone else to manage for you. That is what I've shared to people. Ensure that you do what? That you have, so that whenever you begin to employ people, then you cannot be able to teach them the business that you have understand about their business. So how be it that you don't even understand the business of your business? You open up a corporation, you open up a store, you open up a small business, and the next thing you have hired people. What are you going to teach them? What is the work ethics about this business they have opened that you're going to transfer to them? So those are the things that you must do. So you have to know, understand when to hire people, understand when to hire people, understand when to hire people, so that you know the right thing to tell them, you know the right thing to do, you know the right thing you can tell them when you eventually employ them. So do not be in a rush. So for you to hire employees, let's look at some things. So ensure that you have the necessary financials. Ensure that you have the necessary financials. Now, remember that these persons you are going to be employing, you're going to be paying them. You understand me? If you are starting their work by the first day of the month, you understand me? Remember that the month is just like 30 days. Do you get it? Working days may be like 25 days or 24 days, as the case may be, depending on your corporation or your area of operation. But before you know it, 24 days is past gone, and you have to pay these persons that you have employed. Do you get it? So you must ensure that you have the necessary financials before you begin to do what? Employ people. Then, when the workload on you is much, now you just open up this business. You get the picture. You just open up. You are the one managing this business. Do you understand me? Because of course I have advice. When you open up a business, first and foremost manage it so that you can understand the profit margin and profit matrix of your business. So you don't employ somebody and assume that this person is eating your money, or maybe that your business is yielding high profit and the person is not returning. So you must understand the profit margin and profit matrix of the business you have entered into, so that you know how much your business is, the profit that your business is, the potential profit for that business in a month. Now, having know the potential profit margin of your business in a month, that will enable you, that will give you an idea of the kind of people you want to employ. You get it? So you must understand your financials. When the workload is much, maybe the workload on you now is becoming so much, you can no longer carry the workload. Only you can no longer be doing the marketing, can no longer be attending to customers, can no longer going to restock or attend to vendors. That is when maybe you know that you need to employ an extra hand that we manage your business. Then maybe you have identified an area in your business that needs an expertise. You have identified an area of your business that needs an extra hand, or not just an extra hand, but a qualified and expertise. You have discovered that, okay, this business having grown to this extent, I need to grow into marketing. But as a business owner, I don't have the marketing skills. As a business owner, I want this business now to be on the social media, but I don't have the social media skills to handle and to manage this business. This is when it is now right for you to say, okay, let me employ a social media manager. This is now the right time for you to say, okay, let me employ a marketer. Okay, I don't have the interpersonal relationship with my customers. You understand me? It's not everybody that can be patient with customers, not everybody. But you can look at yourself and say, no, usually I quarrel with my customers. I don't have this flair of customers relationship. Maybe it is now high time for you to employ a customer relation officer. Do you get it? Somebody you know that is qualified, somebody that you know that is experienced in managing customers and relating to customers. This way, this will give your business a lift. This will give your business a new thing. So those are the things that you must consider before you begin to what to hire customers. So we said consider your financial resources. Of course, particularly you need to and define identify and define the work ethics of your business. What is the work ethics of your business? This business you're going to run into. How many days in a week are you going to be operating? How many hours in a day are you going to be operating? What are your operating hours? What are your target market? Who are your target customers? Those are the work ethics. Do you understand me? Those are the work ethics. Those are the job rules. You must understand. If customers come, what eventually do customers come to do? How do I intend to them? What do they actually come to buy? You must understand these things so that when eventually we employ someone, you cannot be able to transfer those work ethics. You cannot be able to transfer those work traits into the person. But not just you open up a business that you don't even yet understand. And do you get it? You now also employ someone who also is inexperienced. So it means that in a store, we have two inexperienced people managing a business. Of course, failure will not be far from that business. Failure will not be far from that business. So those are the things that you must understand. Understand your financials, understand your work ethics and the job role of your business, understand your profit margin and matrix for the business. You understand me? Then identify a role that needs an expertise. Identify a role that needs an expertise. That okay, this place I cannot manage it. Then of course I now need someone that can manage it for me. Now, what are the factors that you need to consider in employing someone? This is the first time you're employing someone. This is just a small business you have opened, right? This is just a small shop you have opened. This is the first time I want to employ. So, what are the factors to consider in employing someone or for you to employ someone? First and foremost, you need to consider financial, like we have said. How much is this person going to be paid? How much is this person going to be paid? Am I going to be employing an experienced, high skilled staff? Of course, the higher the value they have, the higher amount is going to pay. So, what are your financial possibilities? What are the potential financials of your business? So, how much can you pay? Can you be able to hire someone that can pay 200,000 for a business that is generating 50,000 in a month? That is the question. Because in this business of consultancy, we have had a lot of business short and you ask them what was the problem. I hire someone that I found out that I may not be able to pay. But you are not forced to hire the person. You know the profit margin of your business. So that is why today we still have people that have steps reps that are being paid 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, as the case may be, below minimum wage. Well, however, we are not against that as a labor rule, but I'm sure you have to pay according to what you know, what you have rather. You're not going to employ someone because they say that the Nigerian minimum wage is 70,000 or 77,000. You're not employ someone that you know that your profit margin in a month is not even up to 50,000. Then employ somebody and you say that you have to pay the person minimum wage. Of course, you definitely be out of business. Time commitment. This person you want to employ, will you have the time, committed time to teach this person? Of course, you must teach the person. You must transfer the business to the person. That is the gospel truth. Even if both of you will be managing the business, you have to transfer some threats into the person. Will you have the time to transfer this Will you have this time to transfer your business job role and ethics to this person? Will you have the onboarding session? Will you have the time for the interview? Will you have the time to do the background check about this person you're employing? Or you just want to employ somebody just put up a sales boy or sales rep wanted, and somebody just come and say start work? No, you have to do some background check. Now, do you have the time to do all of those things? But where in the case where you don't have all those time, committed time to run all of those things, of course, you can hand over to a human resource consultant. We have human resource consultants who can help you do all of those background checks, do the security check, hire the person you know according to your budget that you can employ, and do all of that for you. So those are the things that you must be able to do. So those are key factors that you have to consider. We said financials, consider how much you're going to pay the person, consider how much you have, consider the financial margin. Those are factors to consider when employing somebody. Then to time commitment. Do you have the time to teach the person the business? Do you have the time to lecture the person? Do you have the time to groom the person? Do you have the time to be able to let this person know, transfer this business to the person? Then another key factor you have to consider is experience and skill. Experience and skills. You have to consider someone who have an experience. Do not just employ someone who is a newbie into the new business. Do you understand me? Remember, it's a new business you're venturing into. You get it? It's not an empowerment program, right? So it's a business, and one of the key factor why you're in business is to make profit. That's the gospel truth. So any business that is not making profit, that's not making impact. In fact, before you begin to count impact in business, businesses that make impact are NGOs. Those are businesses for empowerment. You understand? But yours is for profit. So yours is to make profit. So you have to empower somebody who will increase your profit margin in the longer run. So experience and skills. You have to employ somebody who have an experience into the new business. You have to employ somebody who have the skills. You understand me? Now, particularly we say employ people who can be multitask, people who can do one or two things. So that instead of you employing 5 people, you can employ 3 people to do the work of 5 persons. You understand? So employ someone that is experienced, employ someone that is skilled, especially particularly in the field you're employing the person. If you're employing someone for customer relation, you understand me? Someone that can help you relate to your customers. You have to employ someone who has a proven experience and skills in managing customers. You get it? So you don't bring someone that will come and worsen the case for you. You want to employ someone who is going to be managing your social handles, or somebody like, okay, want to employ a marketer or a social media manager. You have to employ someone who have a proven skills, who have a proven experience in social media management, in social media tools management, and all of that. So you don't bring someone that you are coming to teach, that you will now begin to teach the person the job. What you're supposed to do is to give orientation on the job, because the person has to align his skills to your new job or to the new job, not you entirely begin to teach the person. So this for time's sake, so that you don't end up in a mode where you're counting profit, you're busy doing teaching, or you're busy doing training. Employ someone that has the experience, employ someone that have what the relevant skills. Relevant skills, very, very important. Then, of course, particularly employ someone that has a good motivation and attitude. We have people who doesn't have good attitude. There are people that once you employ them into your outfit, definitely your customers will run away. There are people who does not have the motivations. They come to work. In fact, you'll be the one to force them to come to work. Imagine every morning you're calling your sales girl or your sales rep. Nkechi, won't you come to work today? And say, Madam, I woke up and I'm so tired. That is why I cannot come. Madam, I'm feeling headache. When I left the other day, I had pains in my leg. These persons, they are not motivated. So you must employ people who have the right attitude, especially for your customers. You understand me? Customers is why you're in business. So you must employ someone who will relate to your customers in good attitude. Then you must employ someone who have the right motivation to grow. Not just to grow your business, but to grow on their own. People will find out people who manage other people's business, and will see them growing mightily, greatly from managing someone else's business, because they have the right motivation towards this thing. They have the right spirit. They have the right attitude towards it. They are not being coerced into doing what is needful of them. So employ someone that have the right attitude. Employ someone that is motivated, and that will always be motivated. Someone that has a genuine interest, positive interest positive attitude, genuine interest in the business. So you have to consider all of those things. You begin to employ people. So you need to, for you to employ people, is because you want the pace at which your business is growing. It's the main essence. Because someone may ask, why do I really need to employ? See, let me tell you, no matter what you're preaching, a time will come when you need to employ. Imagine when your business is growing, the workload is becoming so large for you to carry as an individual. You do get it. So you need to employ people to help you to continue in the pace of your business growth. You get it? To continue in the pace of your business growth so that your business growth does not retard, does not become stagnant, or it does not fade. So you need to employ people to help you. In the other way, too, as an African, there's a way that maybe the Igbos or some part can do. It can, if you don't have the money to employ people, but you have children who are motivated, you have your children who are motivated, who are also interested, because not every child is interested in what you do. That's the gospel truth. So, and we too as parents, it's not every child who have inculcated into what we do into their life. So if you have children who you have inculcated into what you do and who are also interested in your business, they can come help after school hours. That is what the Igbo part of Nigeria does, even in the apprenticeship education. When we discuss about business education, it can bring them closer to your business. Now, this will help you to reduce the cost of hiring, the cost of paying people. But let it be that they understand it. They're not coming to ruin the business. They're not coming to manage it as daddy's or mommy's business. They're not coming to manage it as auntie's or uncle's shop or uncle's or my brother's shop. They'll have to understand it so that at the end of 2 hours, they can come help and attend to customers. Do you understand? This will also help you to maintain your business growth. And I want to end to say to us like this. If you fail to hire early, it may affect the growth. If you delay in hiring early, the earlier you discover potential for growth is the best time for you to hire. And if we hire so early, we may end up making mistakes. Yes. You just venture into the business, you have not even known the profit margin, you have just hired people. Of course, all of you now will be running, learning the business, determining the profit together. No one knows the best. No, even you as a business owner, you don't even know the profit margin and profit matrix of your business. And that means your business will crumble, your business will crash, and that dream will be ruined. So hire early when you discover the potential growth of your business early. Hire late if you know that you can manage this thing for a while. Hire late if you know you can manage this for a while. But hire early if you see potential growth for you to grow. Remember, today's discussion has been on the best time or the right time as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner, as a startup to hire employees or to hire staff or to begin to recruit people. That is the discussion for today. We are trusting that as we put into action all of those things, we begin to experience spontaneous growth, spontaneous expansions in our businesses. Of course, like we have always said, comment, please. We would like to have your comments. We would like to have your ideas. We also have to like your own potential experiences in your business, potential experiences in your business. Please drop the comment section via the comments. Please, if you're following us on YouTube, please ensure to click the subscription button so that you can get notifications of our subsequent podcasts and other business bulletin and other business ideas and tips. Please, you can always reach out to us in case you miss any of the audio recording of the previous broadcast. This is about the 21st edition of this our podcast. In case you have missed any of the previous podcasts or you need all of those podcasts, the audios, please, will be willing and ready and available to give it to you at no cost at all. In case you also need our ideas, in case you also need us to help you set up your social handles for business, for profit, set up your social handles for your business, because every business is to be online. You can always reach out to us. We'll be available to attend to you. Or in case you need our service in our graphic design, branding, and all of that, please, live video productions or live streaming, event live streaming, please, you can always reach out to us on the number that is showing on your screen, and we'll be available to attend to you at any time, any day. Thank you, and hope to see you in another edition. Bye.
To become a leader is not very easy. To become a man is not daily work. Everybody ambition is to become a leader, is to become a big man. That is the struggle. So my son,